I'm Nick Snow, watching Government for Oil and Gas Journal in Washington, D.C. Western Energy Alliance members were fully aware that more significant federal onshore oil and gas policies are being developed in the nation's capital now than in the Rocky Mountains, where the independent producers live and work. That's why many came in their 2015 Washington call-up to remind federal officials how such decisions can affect people and communities hundreds of miles away. I suppose we're getting used to it now we're in year 7 of Barack Obama's presidency, WEA Vice President of Government and Public Affairs Kathleen Sagama told OGJ on February 24th. It actually has improved. The only bad time was in 2008 and 2009 when everyone in the administration emphasized green energy, quote, and oil and gas was roadkill in their rear-view mirrors, she continued. More people realize now we need oil and gas to run our cars and heat our homes. We're not getting the disrespect we got back then. But there were concerns in early 2015. The U.S. Bureau of Land Management would soon announce hydraulic fracturing regulations for land it manages in states which already have their own rules, Sagama noted. The administration said it wants to start limiting methane emissions from oil and gas operations. And BLM is trying to complete 98 habitat management plans for the greater sage-grouse to help the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service decide if the bird must be listed as a threatened or endangered species. It all has created general stagnation on public lands, Sagama said. It's also politically driven, she added. BLM staff members in several states got their wrists slapped early on when they tried to approve oil and gas projects, she explained. It's gone on for years. Resource specialists who pushed renewable energy projects did much better. Now, routine National Environmental Policy Act approvals for even small-scale projects are made in Washington. FWS has until September 15th to make its greater sage-grouse decision under a 2011 court settlement of environmental groups' lawsuits involving 290 so-called candidate species. States and localities have been working to preserve its habitat for well over a decade, Sagama said. There was an impressive level of collaboration on the Gunnison sage-grouse, and it still got listed, she said. Democratic commissioners on Colorado's western slope were furious because they put in so much work and it still wasn't good enough. Republicans became the majority in the U.S. Senate as well as the House in 2014's midterm elections. We're sad we lost most of the Blue Dog Democrats, Sagama said. Things seem to be more polarized. Many members still understand oil and gas issues, but not as many now on the Democrats' side of the aisle. Other regional independent producers associations bring members to Washington for call-ups. When the National Ocean Industries Association holds its winter meeting here April 15th through 17th, 20 of its member companies will participate in its first call-up. That's Watching Government for this week. In Washington, I'm Nick Snow for Oil and Gas Journal.